Hey guys, so we are working on a BMW E36, guys. The problem that I'm having is my seat here, right? If anybody wants to get in the back and they pull the lever, this one's already fixed, right? It reclines forwards so the people can get in. Well, they were both broken, so I'm gonna show you in this video how to fix it for with a $7 bicycle brake cable, guys. It's super easy. I'll take you through the steps. Let's get into it right away. Okay, guys, so as you can see, I am reupholstering the interior. I have reupholstered all the interior in this car. It's looking amazing. So I'm down to one seat. So in our case, the seat is completely taken apart because I'm reupholstering it. But in your case, you wouldn't have to take the whole seat apart. All you have to do is take the seat out, remove this back piece. There's a screw there underneath. Pull this thing out, and this will just come right off. And then you can access your cable, right? So this one has one of these, and the passenger seat usually has one on each side, right? So I'm already in the house. I got it all apart. So for the purpose of this video, it'll just show you better of what to do. But like I said, you don't need to take it all apart. You just flip it upside down and you can access everything. Okay, let's go in the house. Okay, guys, so here it is. And like I said, you don't need to take yours apart the way I did. But anyways, so right here, so you lift this up to open it. See, and that pulls that cable. That cable travels underneath. So if you flip this over upside down, you can access it. So here's the culprit on these. They always break right there. See, the cable breaks. So I will show you how to fix that. Pretty straightforward. Okay, so right here, you're gonna put in a little screwdriver and you can make that come right out. So we're gonna do that first. See, just like this, right? And then this clip will pop out and then we can get this cable out. See, there it is. And that just holds this in place. It's almost like an adjuster, so you can fine tune it after. So you take that out like so. And there you have it. So this spring's important. You're reusing all this. The only thing we're changing is the actual metal cable. The casing, we're keeping the original casing. Okay, now you're gonna grab a screwdriver and we need to pop this thing off. Same thing, pretty straightforward. Just pops off. Yeah, just like that. I might need to, no, we're good. See, just pops off just like that. Okay, so you're gonna grab a little tiny little screwdriver and see, you're gonna get that part out. See that? So that part on this cable here, see, this is a tiny bit different, but it fits in there perfect. So that's one side of it. And then the other side of this cable, guys, looks like this. See, it's like a circle, for example, but I mean, it doesn't even really have to be, but this is what I got from Walmart. I think it was like $7. So this part on the other part here, see right here, see that fits in there perfect. It's just a little bit smaller, but it fits. So what we gotta do now, guys, is we're gonna pop this out, see, like so. I might need my hands here, right? And then we're gonna pull this whole cable out. Okay, see what I mean? So you pull this cable right out, just like that. And there it is, see, it's broken. So you put that down. Okay, let's unwrap this cable now. Okay, so we got the two cables side by side. See, so the circular ends, see that? That's the original one. That's the Walmart one. So this totally works. So you want to cut this. See, you want to go like this. And you're going to cut this probably about here. So you want more than enough. So you're going to cut it there. We're still going to need that end too, but we're cutting the whole entire cable. I will get to everything, but you cut it, you know, just like that. Anyways, so I'll cut that off camera. Okay, I cut it, but see, it did this. My snips are not sharp, so I'm gonna recut it using an angle grinder. So the cut is like perfect and not all looking like that. Okay, so yeah, grinder does work, but I ended up just finding some better snips. So now I got a nice clean cut. So what you want to do now is we're gonna feed this wire in through here, right? We're gonna feed it in like the cut side until it comes out there, and we're gonna hook it up to this. Okay, so we got it in, as you can see. So over here, so you just got that sticking out. So now you got to get this little thing out. Getting this thing out can honestly be a challenge, but in the end, it can be done. Can it be? Of course it can, because I've already done this on the other. There we go. All right. Okay, so now we got the bicycle cable. See, we got that end of it. So before you put this in here, because you don't want to put it in yet because it's going to be hard to get out. So before you put this in here, let's put everything back together on there. Like we're going to throw this onto there. We're going to put this on, and we're going to make this so it's all the way, not up, but down for now. Okay, so I temporarily pulled this spring off. So now you just want to get this in here so you can get an idea of how to attach this, right? So there it is, got this thing on. Okay, so now this is down position. So when you pull it all the way up, right? Okay, so I got the cable in, as you can see. So this time though, we're not gonna have this thing in the middle. We're gonna have this all the way back like so, because we're gonna need the room to solder here, right? So now, when you move this thing, right, you wanna have it maximum out. See, like that's maximum out. So now we're gonna get a permanent marker. We're gonna mark it, see, just like that. So we can't solder anything past that point because it needs to go inside of here, right? So if I push it out, see? Anything that's soldered to the right side of that mark isn't gonna work because the cable won't be able to retract. Pretty straightforward, right? Okay, so now in down position, like how it would be normally, this is what you do to recline it, and then that locks it, right? So we have it in that position, not in that position, in this one, right? Now we're gonna grab this cable here, or the other side of it, right? And we know it roughly goes, see, like right there is where it's gonna go inside of this thing, right? So we need to do that, and we need to put a line matching the line we made over there. I'm gonna do this off camera, but you just gotta eyeball it, see? So from the top, this thing goes like that, and that line is underneath that part that you can't see, and I'm gonna put a line on this. I'm gonna do that off camera right now. Okay, so see, I did it off camera. So that goes there, and those two lines line up, get it? So now when we pull this up, right, all the way up, see this thing, where's my little line here? See, this will pull up to there, pulling that. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so now, okay, we gotta solder this together. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so on this thing, see how I made the little line, right? So that's gonna go in there like so. So we're gonna cut it just a little bit past that black line, towards my finger, towards this finger, just a little bit past. Like you need enough to be able to solder it, but you can't put any solder on this edge here because that has to go in there, right? It's not hard, guys. Don't worry, we will do this. Okay, I'm gonna cut this right now. It will work, you will see. So, okay. So there it is. See, I did make it a little bit longer because there is room for error. Like this thing doesn't have to pull all the way to unlock. It only has to pull a little bit. so it will all work fine. Okay, so now we're gonna get this out over here, and we're gonna cut this thing. I'll show you how right now. So we're gonna cut it, like we're gonna attach this roughly like that. See what I mean? Like when it's maximum pulled in, see, that's where it is, so you can see it. We're gonna get it roughly like, okay, so yeah, when it's maximum pulled in, it got out of shot there. See, that will work. Here, let me just make it so you can see the whole thing. See, we're gonna solder it like this. See what I mean? So when it's maximum pulled in, and then when it pulls out, see? I guess I could give you the measurement if you wanted to. You know what, I will. But I'm gonna solder it first, and then I'll give you the measurement. Okay, so I'm gonna solder it like that. So we're gonna cut it on this side, right? And we're gonna cut this part probably about there, because remember, this part needs to not have anything on it. So I'm gonna cut it like right here. Okay, I'll do that right now off camera. I'm cutting this part, not on the black line, a little bit past it. Okay, see? Just like that. Okay, let's solder this together, guys. I'll show you how to do it right now. So you need some flux. Yeah, just some basic soldering flux. I think this is plumbing flux, but that works too. Flux, right? You need some solder, just regular solder for soldering, and just a soldering gun. Like, you can buy a whole kit like that for 15 bucks, and then you can solder everything with it. So you need that. I'm gonna plug this in, let it warm up for 5 minutes, and I'll set all this up. Okay, soldering gun is heating up. So I got this thing set up. You want it set up nice and sturdy, so I just got like a heavy thing on it. See, there it is. I'm gonna quickly give you the measurement. So with this thing all the way down, right, where I cut this, I'm gonna show you in millimeters, because honestly, millimeters are easier. Let's just say 32 millimeters or so, right? 32 millimeters, and then when we pull this all the way in, see, now it is sticking out, not much, it's sticking out 11 millimeters, let's say. So there you go, you have an idea of what I did, right? And this thing, so yeah, I got 12 millimeters, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, I got about 12 millimeters there. Okay, so now you grab your flux, right? And you put flux all over that side and all over that side. See, just like this, right? So you get it on here, you get it on there, you flux it up. Okay, so you want to set this up somehow so it's attached good. I'm gonna somehow set this up off camera, and I'll be right back. So I got it in a pair of vice grips. See, I got it pressed so lightly, I actually only used this to tighten it, because you don't want to break it, right? So now, see, I can put this right where it's got to be, and it ain't going nowhere. It's going to be very easy to solder it. So now, okay, let's heat these up a little bit. You don't want to heat it up too much, because then this thing will start to unsolder as well. And that's that. Okay, guys, so there it is, as you can see. That is never coming apart. Like, that is good forever. So now you're gonna throw your spring back on, right? And then you're gonna pop this thing on, right? So I'm gonna do that off camera. Spring first though, and put it all together and see if she works. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna give you 2 more measurements just so you know how to do this at home. So with this thing all the way down, we have, let's say 42 millimeters. Yep, 42, right? And with it all the way the other way, all the way, right? We got 20 millimeters. Okay, let's put this together. Okay, so see, she's in, when perfect. Okay, let's put it together. Okay guys, so I am having a few problems here, which we are gonna resolve. So I guess the video is not over yet. So problem number 1, when I pull this thing, you're gonna have to get some WD-40 and some bearing grease and just grease everything up in there so it has really smooth operation, right? So that's problem number 1. Problem number 2, we made that thing a little bit too far out. It should have been back maybe about that much more, because see, when I pull all this all the way up, it doesn't pull it enough, see? Okay, that's problem number 2. And problem number 3, see, this thing is popping out of here because this thing is too skinny. See what I mean? So that's okay. What we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna take our original cable here, see, with this big end, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna get rid of this plastic coating off of it. We can burn it off or scrape it off with a utility knife, and then burn it off or whatever. And we can shorten this a little bit. Get it? We can do basically exactly what we did there. We can do it over here. Like, this is where it is, right? So we can go right like that, and then we can solder this to that right over here. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. This video didn't go exactly the way I thought it was gonna go, but this is how you can fix the problem if you're having the problem that I'm having. I'm sure it will work. Okay, let me do that. Okay, so here's the original one. So yeah, I just cut it with a utility knife, and see the rubber coating comes right off. Just like that. So anyways, easy peasy, right? So I'm gonna cut this thing right now. Okay, let's go solder this thing on. See, that's too long. So we're gonna solder it on right there. Right in that area. All right, so there it is. Looks pretty good if you ask me. So now check it out. When I lift this, right? It works. See, but as you can see, it doesn't move very nice. So I'm gonna go grease this up, grease up these tracks, WD-40, and then we'll try it one more time. All right, everybody. So I greased up everything in there. I greased up these tracks on both sides, WD-40, and then I used bearing grease. It made all the difference. Like, look how good this thing works now. Just no problem, lifts right up. I'll show you from a distance. Check it out. Smooth like butter now. Locks right up. So thanks for watching, guys. Remember, I got the best manual swap on an E46 and 36 on the internet. Thanks for watching, guys. Till next time, everybody.